What's up, you guys? If you're new here, my name is Kamisha, and my goal with this channel is to help you improve your training, mindset, and nutrition. Today, we are going to specifically work on mindset, and I am going to bring you into a specific scenario that just happens to be playing out in my life right now. So we are going to be talking about pregnancy, but really you can plug and play this system with these questions and this approach to build your mindset in absolutely any fear. So this is very universal, but for today, I'm going to be using my example going through pregnancy and how I was actually able to go from total fear paralysis to being completely confident in my abilities. Answer all of the following questions that I'm going to give you, because this is going to help your mind have a tangible for everything that could possibly happen. And then through that, you're going to regain your control and be able to have a strategy to detach from the actual outcome that is going to happen when you arrive at that event and be in the now. Because at the end of the day, that is exactly where you want to be. You want to be able to be present with your life now and not let fear run rampant in your mind and take over your whole life. I'm going to walk you through the different steps that I have used many times over and in this particular situation to be able to build an unbreakable mindset, to be able to fix the fear, and to bring myself back to the present moment and to bring you back to your present moment. That way you can enjoy your life here and now. So let's dive in. I've broken this process down just to keep it simple in 5 different steps. Number 1 is look at the desired outcome. This is something that we call dream building as well. What I want you to do is I want you to find people that have the desired outcome. If you could have anything that you wanted right now, what is your dream scenario? And look and find other people that have actually achieved what you are looking to achieve. For instance, in my birth plan, if we're relating this to labor, it would be people that were able to go through a non-medicated, natural vaginal delivery with no inductions, no complications, and they were able to have their own space, be at peace. These are all things that I wanted to have and all elements that I want to have when I go into labor. So that is going to be your first step. I want you to look for people that have attained exactly what you're looking for and get very clear and very specific on what it is that you want to attain. The second one is a scary one. We're diving into the fear here. I want you to look at the worst case scenario as step number 2. Here, what I want you to do is drive the worst case scenario all of the way home and create a plan for if that does happen. What is the exact things that are going to be done? The reason that I want you to do this is because then your mind can deem this as complete. Have you ever had a song stuck in your head and it just repeats itself and repeats itself and repeats itself? The reason that happens is because your brain deems it as an incomplete subject. And what happens when your brain has something that's incomplete, it is constantly trying to finish it. This happens also with fear. That's why you have fears that will play out in your mind over and over and over again. And it's a dangerous cycle to get into, because when you start vibrating that is exactly what you will attract into your universe. So what we want to do here is we want to play it out all of the way. What are the decisions that you're going to make? How are you going to feel? And I want to get you to a place of pure acceptance. That way your mind can let it go and accept it as finished. Going back to the example of me going into labor, my first thought was I could die. That would be the worst thing, and that would be fine. So now that I reached complete acceptance there, my next fear was the trauma that I might go through or that my baby might go through in labor if things escalate to a point of needing a C-section, and what my plans were if that were the case. So I made plans, I communicated that to my birth team and the hospital of what exactly I wanted if that were the case. And then we had a few other things come up as well, just specific cases where if there were complications, what decisions we would be making. That way, when it came down to the decision and you're highly emotional, you've already thought it out with your logical mind, and then you're able to just stick to your plan at that point and you don't have to do any more thinking, especially when sometimes you don't have the luxury of having minutes to think about it. Sometimes it is seconds and it is a split decision. After you write down every fear that you have and you write down exactly what you are going to do and how you're going to accept that and move forward if that is the case scenario, then you're going to be able to move on and stay in the present moment with the confidence of being able to make those decisions in a split second if they were to happen, because those decisions have already been made. Number 3 is manage your thoughts. Now that we've already looked at the worst case scenario, we're going to stop. We're going to go back to number 1 and look at what we want as our desired outcome, and we're only going to accept thoughts staying in our mind that are congruent with the outcome that we want. So if they are not congruent with the outcome that you want, at that point you need to do something that will change your thoughts. Something that I'm putting into practice right now is affirmations. I feel like this is very easy to do because you are able to play affirmations and you don't have to positively think for yourself all of the time. Whenever I notice fear start to creep in, I just put affirmations on in the background, and specifically I do have ones for birth. So if you have other affirmations that you want for whatever fear you're trying to overcome right now, you can go ahead and find those and then just play them in the background. A nice podcast as well is a really good tool to have on hand when you start to get yourself into that fear. And managing your thoughts is essentially managing your actions as best as you can. For instance, let's say I'm here, I'm doing housework, and I notice my thoughts start to go sideways. What I do is I manage my actions. I turn on a podcast or I go over and I put on my affirmations. This way, I am able to control what direction my mind is going in instead of it just wandering off to its own devices, making its own things, because sometimes it doesn't come back with the best results. Number 4 is do the prep work. There's always something that you can do on your end at the level of educating yourself or controlling the controllables that you have. A lot of people will go into a fear and they will get into fear mode and they're thinking, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. I'm worried, I'm stressed, and you're getting overly emotional, but I need you to take a step back and look at it from a point of view of being able to see what your controllables are and what you are able to do on your end to increase the likelihood and possibilities of it going exactly how you want it. The controllables that I am focusing on right now to help myself have a better labor and delivery is exercising, drinking a specific pregnancy tea, a few different stretches that I've implemented, and different movements just to help my body strengthen itself, as well as a few self-care appointments like going to physio and chiro. All of these things in pregnancy are going to put the odds on your side and give your body the tools that you need to be able to be successful. So I am not coming in with no prep work, nothing done. I am showing up as educated as I can be, and I'm controlling all of the controllables that I can, and I am putting this into my program, into my daily routine, and I am giving it the best shot of everything going my way. If you need help building a program, I have linked our academy down below. In our academy, I go over exactly how I draw up my day-to-day routine, exactly what my habits look like, and there are a ton of workbooks and different modules in there that go over exactly A to Z, everything that you need to build the daily program to become the type of person that's able to implement this to a T. Number 5 is support. No matter what your fear is or the goal that you're trying to attain, there is going to be people out there that are fanatics about whatever it is. In my case of pregnancy, the support that I have is I've hired a doula to follow me throughout my pregnancy. They are educated in ways that the average person isn't, and even the average mom isn't. So they become a great tool and asset to have as support. Sharing these thoughts with your significant other or other family that is around. Having other moms in your circle, doctors, having physiotherapists, different kind of specialists can give you different advice from all walks of life, and having a good solid support team is going to be so comforting when you are going through different situations in your life. So if you're trying to attain a different type of goal, like make more money or get in shape, you want to be looking for the communities and the different people out there that are going to be able to help you in all of the different facets of what exactly it is that you're trying to attain. Let's say you're trying to lose weight right now. A great approach would be to find a community that you're able to get that support and that great energy from. That way you can get hype and get motivated. Having a gym bestie is amazing, or some kind of training partner, going to classes, having a massage therapist, or having other specialists like physiotherapists in your corner when you're training to avoid injury. I had a team of personal trainers at the gym that I was going to, and all of these people made a great support system. Right now in Six Figure Fit, we do offer support and we do have a community in there. So feel free to check it out. I did link the page down below. But all in all, those are the 5 things that I would recommend for any person trying to get over any fear and bring themselves back to actually being able to live in the moment and live in the now and not being caught up in that fear, because I know that it can be so draining. I really hope that these tips helped you guys. And a bonus tip that I have for you as well is that I want you to sit down and actually journal all of these out. Minimize the distractions around you, get a paper and pen, and write down exactly these 5 questions and put some thought into it. Do some self-reflection. When you have these concrete answers, you're going to be able to have a much better handle on your fear and also where to direct your focus and attention instead. I will see you guys next time.